For decades, the Western world looked to China as a maker of cheap copies, a country that imitated technology rather than created it. But while everyone underestimated its capabilities, something extraordinary was happening in China's military labs. The transformation is unsettling. China hasn't just caught up with established military powers in several technological fields, it's completely left them behind. We're talking about combat systems that defy everything we thought we knew about modern warfare. Today I'm going to reveal the 8 most impressive Chinese military inventions currently in existence. Technology so advanced that when you discover number 1, you'll understand why defense experts around the world are genuinely concerned. Number 8. The Divine Eagle UAV. China has developed the most intimidating surveillance drone in history, a twin-fuselage aerial behemoth capable of detecting and tracking stealth aircraft that are supposed to be completely invisible. This flying monster reaches heights of over 25 kilometers, operating practically at the edge of space where the air is so thin that conventional aircraft cannot operate. Its twin-body design gives it a completely unique alien appearance. While Western countries spend billions developing radar-invisible aircraft, China has built the perfect weapon to find them using radar systems that operate on special frequencies that stealth coatings simply can't block. Its ability to patrol for over 10 hours non-stop allows it to constantly monitor Chinese airspace for intruders. It can track dozens of targets simultaneously from hundreds of kilometers away. Even Western military experts have made a worrying admission. This drone could make all the stealth technology they've invested in for decades obsolete. The era of stealth aircraft could be over. Number 7. Dongfeng 21D. Have you ever imagined a weapon that can destroy the most powerful warship on the planet without even getting close? It sounds like pure science fiction, but the DF-21D is absolutely real and terrifying in its destructive capacity. This missile has been nicknamed the aircraft carrier killer for a very clear reason. It was specifically designed to sink these multi-billion-dollar giants of the sea. What's revolutionary is its method of attack, which is completely unique in the world. It's launched from the mainland in China. It rockets into outer space and then descends at more than 10 times the speed of sound towards its target in the ocean. Here's the terrifying part. Chinese spy satellites locate the aircraft carrier in real time, transmit its exact coordinates, and the missile adjusts its trajectory in mid-air to hit with deadly precision. Its range exceeds 100 kilometers, meaning it can strike enemy fleets without them being able to get close to the Chinese coast. Aircraft carriers that have dominated the oceans for a century, like the Gerald Ford, are now vulnerable targets. Naval analysts are convinced that this weapon has changed the balance of power on the seas forever. Number 6. Harbin Z-20. Chinese engineers have developed something extraordinary. A helicopter that looks like a copy of the famous American Black Hawk, but actually surpasses it in one crucial aspect that changes the entire military game. At first glance, the Z-20 looks almost identical to its American counterpart. But here's the genius. China didn't just copy the design, it specifically refined it to operate in the most extreme conditions on the planet. This helicopter was optimized to fly in Tibet and the Himalayan mountains, where the air is so thin that Western helicopters literally run out of power and fall out of the sky. Its all Chinese WZ-10 engines generate more power and are designed to compensate for the lack of oxygen at extreme altitudes. It can carry 10 fully equipped troops to altitudes of over 6,000 meters above sea level, performing assault, rescue, and medical evacuation missions in conditions impossible for any other helicopter in the world. It also integrates electronic warfare systems that allow it to operate in hostile environments. China can deploy troops to mountainous border regions where no other military can operate effectively. It's like having complete dominion over the skies from the highest mountains on the planet. Number 5. Hariba. This revolutionary autonomous vessel represents the terrifying future of naval warfare. Fully robotic combat ships that patrol, detect, and attack without a single human on board. The Yari USVA is a 15-meter-long maritime predator that completely eliminates the need for human crews. This is not a remotely controlled boat, it is an AI-powered vessel that makes its own combat decisions in real time. It can reach speeds of 45 knots, over 80 kilometers per hour. In the water, it is armed with anti-ship missiles and torpedoes and can operate for days on end patrolling assigned areas. Its sensor system processes information from radar, sonar, and cameras simultaneously to detect threats. What is truly revolutionary is its ability to operate in quad-hit swarms, dozens of these robot ships communicating with each other, executing complex tactics at speeds that no human crew could coordinate. It can surround, target, overwhelm enemy defenses, and strike from multiple angles simultaneously. China can deploy entire fleets without risking a single life on operating contaminated or radioactive zones where humans cannot survive, and maintain 24/7 surveillance over strategic areas. Number 4. Assalamu alaikum, yeah, but it is a special marisate, yoke 100% moon, SC-19. The SC-19 is the scariest weapon you've probably never heard of, Yeshe. It's not designed to attack ships, aircraft, or ground troops. It's designed to destroy satellites in orbit. Yes, China has the ability to turn off the eyes of its enemy in space, rendering them technologically blind in a matter of minutes. In 2007, China demonstrated this capability by destroying one of its own obsolete weather satellites at 530 miles above sea level. The task sent shockwaves through Western intelligence communities. The message was clear. In the event of a conflict, the enemy's GPS, military communications, and satellite reconnaissance systems that can be taken out before the actual battle begins. What's truly chilling about the SC-19 is its ability to reach satellites in geostationary orbit at 22,000 miles above sea level. This means that even the most secure strategic communications satellites are at risk. Military experts are calling it the weapon that starts wars in space. The single salvo of SC-19 could set enemy military capabilities back decades in technology, rendering modern militaries virtually blind and deaf. Number 3. LT-3000 Sea Eyes. In the final seconds before an enemy missile hits a warship, there is only one last line of defense. China has perfected this system into something truly terrifying. The LD-3000, a weapon that literally creates a wall of steel in the air. Consisting of 730mm rotary cannons, this is a defense system of last resort that can fire 10,000 projectiles every minute. To give you an idea, that's over 160 rounds per second, creating a storm of metal that pulverizes everything it touches. The system's radar detects an anti-ship missile approaching at supersonic speed. The computer instantly calculates its trajectory, and the cannons open fire, creating a cloud of projectiles so dense that it is physically impossible for the missile to pass through it without being destroyed. All this happens in fractions of a second. What's innovative about this is that the LD-3000 doesn't just use bullets. It also integrates high-energy lasers to shoot down slow-moving drones and small threats, saving expensive ammunition. It's like having two weapons in one. It's fully automatic. It doesn't need an operator to press any buttons. It detects, aims, and fires by itself, protecting the ship 24 hours a day without rest. Now, Chinese ships equipped with this system are practically floating fortresses. Hello. Number 2 and 20 Comp. For decades, only the United States and Russia had the capacity to transport entire armies to the other side of the world in a matter of hours. But all that changed when China unveiled the I-20 Kunpeng, the aircraft that transformed them into a true global superpower. This giant of the air can carry up to 66 tons of military equipment, complete tanks, missile systems, hundreds of soldiers with all their gear. But the weight is not the most impressive thing. It is its operational range of more than 7,800 kilometers without refueling. China can now deploy entire combat forces to Africa in less than 10 hours, reinforce allies in the Middle East before the end of the day, or establish a military presence anywhere on the planet where they have a friendly airport. Before the Kunpeng, China depended on foreign transport aircraft or ships that took weeks to reach distant destinations. Now they have total independence and instant global projection capacity. They have already produced more than 100 operational units, building one of the largest strategic transport fleets in the world. What makes the I-20 truly revolutionary is what China represents. It is no longer just a regional power. It can now intervene militarily anywhere on the planet with the same speed as the United States. Number 1. TP-625 SPAC. Imagine a military vehicle that can track troops on land and water while protecting them from any aerial threat with devastating firepower with Sounds impossible, right? Well, China has just made that vision a reality with the Type 625E, the most versatile and lethal air defense system ever built. This armored monster is effectively a mobile fortress that combines the best of several worlds. It has 4 25mm autocannons firing a combined 4,000 rounds per minute, plus 8 surface-to-air missiles ready to launch at a moment's notice. The revolutionary feature is that it is fully amphibious, can cross rivers and operates from the water while firing. Its 3-dimensional radar can track more than 40 airborne threats simultaneously, from small drones to attack helicopters and cruise missiles. When a threat is detected, the system automatically decides whether to use the cannons for nearby targets or the missiles for distant threats, all in fractions of a second. Most impressive is its networking capability. Multiple TYP-625E vehicles can connect together to create a giant defensive bubble over entire troop formations. If an enemy drone attempts to attack, all systems automatically coordinate their fire to ensure the target is destroyed. Chinese troops can advance across any terrain, even across rivers, while being permanently protected from airstrikes. This is mobile air defense at its finest. We've looked at 8 of the most advanced and terrifying military inventions that China has developed to change the balance of global power, from giant drones that detect the invisible to autonomous systems that make combat decisions. Each of these weapons represents an evolutionary leap in contemporary military technology. Now tell me, what do you think about these military developments? Which one impressed you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos about the incredible world of military innovations. See you next time. Cordial.